Welcome back to Just Saying. Today's episode is about what happens when your breaking point becomes your breakthrough. My guest, Anil Gupta, a TEDx and Harvard speaker, relationship and mindset mentor, and author of Immediate Happiness. Anil once stood at the edge of despair, but instead of giving up, he used that moment to transform his life and dedicate himself to helping others. He shared the stage with leaders like Richard Branson, Les Brown, Marcus Lemonis, and Damon John. And today he's here to share his journey with us. We'll talk about struggle, healing, relationships, and what it really looks like to find happiness that lasts. So, if you're ready for an honest and uplifting conversation, you're in the right place. Hey friends, I'm here to welcome Anil Gupta to the show. Anil, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for welcoming me, Jessica.
So you have a book out. Let's talk about it real quick. Immediate Happiness. So I love the title, first of all, like, hello. How could you not like immediate happiness? Everything in nowadays, everything is so immediate, right? It's like, I got to have it now. Like my kids, dude, my kids all the time, my daughter, she's like, I'm bored. It's like, I got to entertain them all the time. It's like, they always have to be like, they can't just have a moment of silence. Never. Not in my house. Okay. So let me back up a little bit. So like many of my listeners, you stood at the edge of some, unbearable despair, like on the edge. Like sometimes a lot of us are right there at the edge. So take us back to that moment when you felt that unbearable, like you were on that edge and it was just too much to take.
Yeah, it was November 2008. I was in Miami and I had to go up. I went to the hotel room and tell my wife that I'd lost everything, the house, the car, the student
What?
funds,
Wait,
everything.
wait. Hey, lost in how? Like you didn't just fell out of your pocket. So was it, what was it how did you lose it?
Stock market gambling, real estate crash, blah, blah, blah.
Shame on you.
Well, I mean, every time you buy or sell a stock, it's gambling. So
Yeah, I guess that's true.
unless you know what you're doing, and I didn't.
Well, I do. We have a Charles Schwab account and my husband's always like, let's buy this one or sell that one. I'm like, I don't even know. He doesn't even know. We're just like pretending like we know. And we're like, when it does good, we're like, all right, yay. Like it's like we won something. But most of the time it's like, wah, wah, wah. Like it doesn't do
There's a
anything.
hack. I can give you a hack.
Oh, really? Oh my
Use
God. I'm going to love you.
ChatGPT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Give it a prompt. Say, I want you to be the best investor in the world. I want you to be better than, Warren Buffett and this person and this person and this person. Use all their knowledge, all their skills, all their modalities, all their systems and protocols, and look at our portfolio and make some suggestions on what we should sell and what we should buy based on these criteria. We don't want to lose money. We want dividends. We want this. We want this. And it will do the analysis for you.
see, I knew there was a reason why you're on my show. I love you. You're giving me, that is like that is so true. Like that's aha moment. Why did I not think of that? Like, duh. Oh my God.
And
OMG.
Jessica, when your kids say, I'm bored, this is what I would say to them. Honey, you're not bored. You are boring.
So true.
That's what I used to say to my kids. Find something to do. But
Right.
Jessica, that is a problem these days. As soon as a child is born, they're constantly entertained. They're constantly given,
Right.
things to do or made to laugh or to play and stuff. Don't do that, because as soon as you stop doing that, they get antsy, they get upset. Let them play. We used to buy toys and they would play with the boxes. Now we just got the boxes. And they would play all sorts of games. I thought, oh, what are you doing? Oh, Dad, that's a tunnel. Oh, Dad, that's a castle.
Right.
Yeah, but we're
That's so
constantly
true.
doing it. And then, their attention span goes down.
Well, when my daughter was little, I realized that for the first few years of her life, she was happy with the balloons. on her birthday. And so one year, I think her third birthday, I took her out to, me and my husband went on this like trail, and it was really beautiful and had trees and everything. And we just decided to take, for her birthday, we gave her a balloon and a cupcake, and we just took pictures of her like on her birthday. And that was like, instead of having like a huge party, spending all this money for toys that she probably will never spend time with, we realized that she really enjoyed the balloons, the best part of her birthday. We took us a couple years to figure it out, but she just rather have the balloon than anything else. So that's what we got her. We got her a bunch of balloons, and it turned out really cute. In fact, I'll
Yeah, good
probably
job.
post a picture in this right here, because it was so adorable. She was the cutest baby. But of course, I'm digressing. I'm going off on a tangent. But okay, so so what did your wife say? So you told her like, honey, I shrunk our wallet. So how did she react?
Well, she looked up at me and she smiled. And I thought, did you not hear what I said? She said, honey, I heard what you said. I thought it was something serious. I said, are you kidding me? There's nothing more serious than this. And she said, honey, I thought you had cancer. I thought were dying.
Oh,
I don't care about the money.
aw, that's so
And
sweet.
in that moment, Jessica, everything lifted off my shoulders. That's what I thought I'd been a complete failure. And she said, you haven't lost everything. You still have me. You still have the kids, and we'll sleep in the streets if we have to.
Right.
And that's what makes a difference. It makes a difference.
It's funny. I mean, I kind of have a similar, it's not really as terrible as yours, but um I was taking care of I still do, but in the beginning of our marriage 28 years ago, but in the beginning of our marriage, I was taking care of our checking account and the money and everything. And we had good money coming in because I owned a business, and it was, it was fine. But I wasn't very good at the bank register, or what do you call it? Your little bank book, or what, the balance. And
Reconcile.
I kept getting like NSF charges and over and over and over again. And had no money, and I just wasn't, I was overspending, and I wasn't being, smart about it. And it was months and months of that. I mean, I was paying the bills, but some were kind of late, and then late charges. And then, I couldn't get a handle on it, and I needed help. And I broke down, and I said, I'm so sorry, but I'm ruining our credit, and I can't get it right, and something's wrong, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm lost. And he's like, I'll help. It wasn't like a big deal to him. He was like, that's okay. We'll start fresh. Let's just start over. And he goes, I'll help. And it was like a huge weight lifted. Like, I thought that he was going to like just be upset with me, like in a major way, like, well, why didn't you tell me sooner, or whatever, but, God, it is a good feeling when like you think that it's going to be the end of your marriage, and it turns out to be not such a big deal. you know, it's like throwing a red sock in the white laundry or something. You know what I mean? Which I think I've done a few times. um, so in your mind at that moment though, you thought this was like it, right? You thought, oh my gosh. And so she didn't take it the way you thought. So what happened next?
Well, she said, go to sleep.
Sleep on it.
Because, yeah. And then she drove us home, and I just slept in the car, and I slept so beautifully. And then she asked, what do you love to do? I said, I love to coach. She said, why don't you do that? I said, what about the money? She said, honey, don't worry about the money. Just do what you love. So I started coaching. A friend of mine said, hey, Anil, you've helped me, you helped my wife. Why don't you do an event? So, well, I don't really want to. He said, why is that? I said, well, I'm scared. He said, Anil, what are you scared of? I said, well, what if no one turns up? And he said, look, Anil, if no one turns up, no one will know. I thought, oh, okay, I can do that. I was so concerned what other people thought of me. So the first event was 5 people, then 8, 10, 15, 50, 100, 200, 500, 10,000. So I
What?
started just giving, yeah. I love what I did. It's a beautiful thing. It's the greatest thing on earth when you change someone's life.
So what were you coaching, if you don't mind me asking? Was it
Yeah,
different things, or was it just an overall type of entrepreneurship, or
it was, obviously it wasn't stock market trading.
you made me belly laugh.
But, there are people out there,
Well, he had to.
I'm known as a love doctor. I help people in their relationships, But there are relationship people out there who say, well, I'm not in a relationship, so I know what not to do. No, that's, you don't want a guy like me teaching you stock market tips when I say, look, I know what not to do. No.
Yeah,
So,
so true.
then I got on radio, wrote a bestseller book, Immediate Happiness, which is a practical guide to leading a richer, fuller, happier life. No one teaches us this, but it's very practical. Just one sentence could change your entire life. And the first chapter is awareness. We have to know where we are, who we are, what we stand for, what our gift is. And once you know where you are, who you are, what your gift is, you can really enhance the impact you make in the world.
That sounds like good advice. I'm not sure. I guess I'm like a lot of people. I'm like, well, what am I good with? What am I good at? I know I'm good at cooking because I love to eat. I mean, everybody always says that I am a good cook, so I can, and I create things like on the fly kind of thing. And I did create a cookbook for my kids, and it is on my bucket list because I wrote a book myself it's a memoir about my life it's called Bucket List from a Redneck Girl. And in the book, one of my listed things was to write a cookbook and like sell a cookbook or whatever. But I don't know if that's like my skill. Like that's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just good at, you know what I'm good at? I'm good at juggling, not juggling, but taking on a lot of things and doing them all at once. That's what I'm good at.
Okay. So, well, then you can write a book on that, how to multitask.
Yeah. I just don't know how I would explain it though. You just gotta kind of like, it's like you're thinking of one thing, but you're doing another thing, but you're thinking about the other thing while you're doing this other thing. I don't know how to
Yeah. So,
explain it.
yeah, just start by what you actually do. If you say, hey, I was thinking about this and I started doing this, then just write it down. And then
Yeah.
as I finished my book, I thought, hang on a minute, what have I learned? Then from the book, I learned there was a happiness formula. And from there, other things developed. So
So,
it's a great
so
way
you,
to get credibility.
so when you wrote the book, you got something out of it yourself, right? Because I did the same thing, and I've talked to other authors. They're like, at the end of the book, they have some like, it's like revelations almost about what you wrote about, and it's like almost an aha moment for me. At least it was at the very end. I had to write a chapter about like I don't know, pulling everything all together at the end because I thought differently at the end of the book when I wrote it than I did when I started the book on day one. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Like I realized things that I didn't realize when growing up, and I realized as a grown up adult, like what my mom and dad were going through. And, but I write the book in the place I was in the world at that moment. So when I was 5, you kind of see how I was feeling when I was 5. When I was a teenager, you're seeing those thoughts on the page. And at the end of the book, I'm now a grown up, with my grown feelings. I'm just thinking like when you write a book, it really does. It's like therapeutic in a way. It's like the best therapy.
It
I'm
really
just
is because it's not about you; it's about the difference you make, and you feel proud of yourself because you never think you're going to be a published author, never.
right. It's weird. I almost, when I wrote the book, and I did get a publisher to publish it, but when I wrote it and I thought to myself, I'm, can I put author now on my Facebook? Like I didn't feel like an author because I just wrote down, it's kind of like a journal, but not really. It's a book, but I just didn't feel, I kind of had that imposter feeling like I'm not an author. I'm like, I'm a mom. Like I do this podcast while I'm doing a little laundry, you know what I mean? and and I've got the dogs at my feet, and I'm trying to make sure that I shush them so that they don't jump into my lap and into them. Um, and I'm not at the stage where my kids can go, mom, mom, mom. Like when you're on the phone, that's what they all want to do. They want your attention at all times. I'm past that stage of my life, thank God. But so all you moms out there that are still going through that, I can relate. But so yeah, so immediate happiness, explain a little bit more. So in the first chapter, we kind of went there, but dive into a little bit more like what we can expect when we purchase this book.
So let me give you an example. As human beings, we're meaning-making machines. So I, I would call my wife. She wouldn't pick up. I would make it mean she doesn't love me. She doesn't care about me. She doesn't respect me. She doesn't honor me. And then as we are meaning-making machines, we also we love to be right. So I would remember things from the past to confirm that she doesn't care, she doesn't love me, she doesn't respect me. And I would build a whole story around it. And then she would come and say, honey, I'm sorry, my battery died. Ah, okay. So we make meaning around something that happened. And what we have to ask ourselves, what actually happened? What actually happened was she didn't return my call. That's it.
Right.
But we like to dramatize everything. But if we just stop and say, what actually happened? What did I make it mean? What am I committed to? I'm committed to loving my wife. What do I have to give up? And who do I need to be? In this moment, I need to be even more loving. And then that's where the awareness comes in. And then you can you can respond instead of react, because we're very reactive.
Right. Like it's so true. I have a friend and he he's in a relationship, and when the person doesn't call him back, he's like he's with another person. And he goes straight to that. I go, he's busy. He's working. It's middle of the day. He's working. Oh, no, he's with somebody else. I know it. And it's like, I can't talk him off the ledge. I'm but then I do it
You
too.
can't.
A lot of people too, I'm like, my husband doesn't answer the phone. I'm like, first thing so bad. Sorry, honey, when I'm gonna say this, but the first thing I think is he's so lazy. Like, just pick up the phone. Or he's not that he's lazy. It's just that he keeps his phone turned off. And I don't even know if it's on vibrate. It's like he doesn't even like the phone. It's almost so bizarre. Like I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like, I'm like, turn your phone on so you know I'm calling you. Like, it's so annoying. But I'm more of that than I don't really create a story, but I used to be like, why isn't he calling me back? And what is he doing at work that he's so busy he can't call me back? But yeah, people they start creating, like you said, a scenario of like all the reasons why. Like my friend, he's like, oh, he's with somebody else, and I'm sure he's not working. I'm sure he's doing something nefarious. But yeah, that's crazy. So if you just stop that,
Yeah.
like,
So
don't do that.
that's another chapter in my book, is that I would always leave the toilet seat up and my wife would get upset. And I thought it was funny, so I would do it again and again.
Shut up.
That was me back then. And then Jessica, this is what she said to me. Honey, every time you do that, I can't love you as much. And I thought,
Oh,
that's pretty strong.
what a good
And then I
statement. I'm
thought,
going to use
you know
that
what?
one.
She's right. In that moment, she can't. In the moment your husband doesn't pick up the phone, you can't love him in that moment.
Right.
And what you could say to him is, honey, it would mean so much to me if you could leave your phone on and only answer my calls if I call. And I promise you, I'm not going to call you unless I
Right.
want to chat to you. If you would do that for me, it would fill my heart.
I just got out of the habit of calling him, like, because first of all, he works in a hospital and he really can't answer the phone unless he's really on a break. And there are times that are in between, and I'm hoping he'll he'll see my text message. Now I can text him. And back in the day, I didn't even know what texting was at first. Texting came out, I think we had our phone in like 1999, I think is when we got our phone, or 97 or
Yeah.
something. And my stepdaughter's mom texted us, and we're like, we didn't know what texting was. She said, I texted you and da 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 da. And we're like, what's a text? We don't even know. We have phones. That's why we got the phone, is for you to call us. And so, anyways, that's such a stupid story, but I just came to my mind. So and my funny, well, I won't go in. There's another funny story, but I won't go there because I'll take us somewhere else. I always do that. Okay. I can't help it. I'm like, squirrel. Yeah. So, okay. Do you have any good advice or like an exercise for my listeners, that, can help and strengthen like a strained relationship? Like one that's not so
Yeah,
good like mine. Mine's good. I'm in a great relationship, 28 years, going strong. But for somebody that, has a lot of ups and downs, and barely a lot of ups and a lot of downs.
absolutely. So I'm in 37 years, 7 days so far. So men want respect, women want love. So women, ask your man this question: what can I do to make you feel even more respected? What else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? Okay. And then they'll say, I want you to listen to me. I want you to edify me. I want you to say nice words to me. I want you to tell me you respect me. I want you to tell me I'm proud of you. And I want you to, physically acknowledge me. Yep. And lots of sex. Yep.
Gotta have that.
Yeah.
You
And
gotta have
then,
a healthy relationship in that respect.
yeah, really.
It's
And
always helpful.
and ask the woman, what can I do to make you feel even more loved? What else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? So women don't like to be fixed. They want to be heard. They want to be understood. They don't want to be interrupted. They want to feel safe, secure, and they want your man to be present, but do not fix them. Women don't want to be fixed. And obviously words of affirmation or gifts, but they'll tell you what they want. And if you do what makes them happy, it will completely change their lives.
It sounds like great advice. So I say this a lot on my podcast, but I always use these as like personal like therapy sessions because I swear I get so much out of my guests. I am learning so much from each and every guest that comes on my show. So I get what you're saying. What happens in a marriage that like mine, mine is long, maybe not as long as yours, 37 years, 7 days. It's pretty good. But
Three
um,
hours,
3 hours and 27 seconds. No, I'm just
21 minutes.
but I guess like it's weird. I don't want to say this because it sounds so bizarre, but my husband and I don't talk like that anymore. We do still we're like best friends and it's almost like a given. Like, I don't know. It's like, I know my place. That sounds bad, but I know my place in our marriage and I know his place. Like we both do our things that we have established as our jobs or our part in the marriage. He works 2 jobs. He works really hard. And he mows the lawn and he helps with like fixing things. He's really smart. He can rewire anything, fix any car. I mean, he's like super handy. When we were first dating, I said, "Oh, I got to get my car lubed and oiled." And he goes, "What do you mean?" And I go, "Yeah, well, you're not that handy. And I didn't know. He's like, "Not that handy." He's like, "I can rebuild that engine." Like, what do you mean not that handy? So every time he would do something for the next few years in our marriage, he was like, "Not so bad for somebody who's not so handy." He was doing big. But you know, and he always,
Hang on, you're going to let me laugh. Hold on.
he,
Ah,
and I learned a
I
lot.
love
I
it.
mean, he can do just about anything. Like our closet system, we have I have a huge long closet, and the thing just collapsed. And he's like, he looked at us like, "Yep, you need to get less clothes, first of all." And then he says, "We need," and it's true. But a lot of my clothes are heavy. But and we're gonna have to hire somebody. He can do it, but he's working 2 jobs, and he's a little older now, and it's getting to the point where now we have to get a closet system because I do have too many clothes. I don't know what to do. I'm having a hard time paring down. But again, I digressed. I just love talking to you. You're so fun. Okay. Okay. So I love the advice. So ask your spouse, like girls, like you said, don't want to be fixed. They don't, because guys like to solve things, right? Like the men are from Mars, women are from Venus. It's like a thing, right? It's so
Yeah,
true.
absolutely. Yeah.
We're built differently. So, but okay. So let's pivot a little bit. So you speak. You're a speaker, like a TED. What's a TEDx speaker? Did
On
I
the
say that
TEDx
right?
stage. Yeah.
What is that? Because I always hear it, but I don't actually know what that is. I'm like a blonde. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to Google that.
Okay, I'll Google it. Okay, everybody
It's,
Google that. And you do
yeah.
Harvard though too, right? And Harvard,
I've spoken
which
at Harvard and stages over 10,000,
yikes,
ABC, NBC, iHeartRadio,
that's
Fox
insane.
News. Yeah. And the
Right on.
secret is this. This will change your life. This will change your reader's life. Do this one thing. Be so amazing that you cannot be ignored. And if
Um,
you're ignored, it doesn't matter because how you show up will be this magnificent soul.
so just be amazing, right? all the time.
Yeah.
Is that your
And
message
then,
that you return to on all your on is that like your core message? Or does it just depends on like what other type of things you speak to?
so I talk about my happiness formula. If you want to live a fulfilled life, you have to do the three G's. The first G is to give your
Okay.
time, your energy, your love, your commitment, your joy. Give, give it away without wanting anything in return. The second G, you have to be grateful for what you have and don't focus on what you don't have. So can you see this?
Oh my lord, yes.
I fractured my wrist on the 25th of August
Oh my gosh.
in many places. I was upset for 10 seconds. Then I was grateful. You,
That's what'd you
you know
do?
why?
Why? What'd you
It's my left hand.
Oh. Uh, that's so true because that's how I think too. Like, I think when something terrible happens and I'm like, well, at least it's not like this or it's not that. Or I always try to see the bright side, I guess you say, or how do you
Yeah.
like the lighter side of it all? And I never get like, I don't know. I'm never really like depressed. I guess I don't get like down a lot. I get
Yeah.
down about
Because you
myself
focus on the
personally.
good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I get down on myself personally because I don't like the way I look. I'm a chubby girl in a skinny girl's body, but I know I know there's a way I can fix it. I have a gym. We put a gym into my garage. It's big and beautiful, and I have a
You
gym,
have to use it.
and I have a way not to put things in my mouth because and there I do have some ways. I'm very busy. That's my excuse. I'm very busy. I have many hands and many cookie jars, or however you say that. And I'm constantly on the go and I barely have time for myself. But enough about me again. God damn it. I keep going that way.
How you see things like here, there's uh, is this half full or half empty?
When I look at it, I say half full.
Okay. So what if it was refillable?
So yeah, just refill it.
Yeah. See, people are stuck. Now, if you look at a banana, Jessica, 99.99 people would tell you there's only one way to peel it,
Right.
and they're all wrong.
Right. Because you're supposed to turn it the other way around, right? And peel it the other direction. And you're
Yeah,
using the little stimmy thing as nothing to hold on to.
that's right. But they don't do it, and you try and teach
Why?
them,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Te-
they're just mesmerized.
Right, you can't teach an old dog new tricks because they're like, no, no,
Yeah,
no, I don't want to. I don't want another way to skin a banana. I don't, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't need to
yeah,
know. Not any. Is I don't have any more room in my memory bank for any of that new stuff, that new wave thinking out there.
yeah.
Like,
So when you ask better quality questions, how can I see the gratitude here? What can I be grateful for? How can I do this differently? And the brain will always answer the questions you ask it.
guess that's true. So, what happens if someone feels like, okay, so I same friend that I was talking about earlier. He feels hopeless a lot of times, and I can't pull him out of his funk because it's something he has to do himself. But I always say positive. I reaffirm him in positive ways, and all
Samantha,
right, tell him I said hi.
I will. I will. Sorry, I'm busy.
um, say just saying you got to listen. No, um, yeah. So for someone like my friend who's like hopeless all the time, I just can't pull him out of his funk. What is the first step you recommend that he might take to help pull him up out of his little pull him off the edge because he's always on the edge.
Okay. How long's he been like that?
Getting worse and worse. I would say in the last year he's been very unhappy, and I would say in the last 5 months for sure.
Okay. Did something happen?
No, well, yeah, he's had some family members pass away. One right after, like three in a row, almost within the 5 months. He's had three family members pass. And he's in a terrible relationship, and that with somebody who doesn't respect him and treats him really bad.
Yeah.
Half the time he treats him nice, half the time. But it's a situation where my friend is the other guy, not his not the guy's. He's okay. So my friend is dating somebody that's married, And so he's the other guy, basically, and the other person's not going to leave his partner for him. And so he's constantly just unhappy, and it's a relationship going nowhere, never will go anywhere. And so I keep trying to tell him, I'm like, you're wasting your minutes. You're happy, your happiness is like right around the corner, and you're wasting your minutes with this guy who's not going to give you happiness. And he knows it, but he's afraid to pivot to something else.
Yeah. So, he's living in fear. He has no integrity, and it's not going to end well. Yeah.
That's what
So
I mean.
yeah, yeah. So, one of the things he has to do is go out and give.
Okay,
When,
give.
when you give authentically, all the pain and suffering disappears. The second G was gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. And the third G is the one that he needs to work on, which is you have to grow emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, and financially. So he needs to grow emotionally.
Yeah, because I told him, I go, you know what? If you start working on yourself, is what I tell him, which is in line with growth, right? I'm like, if
Yep.
you work on yourself and, put yourself in a better situation financially and otherwise, and maybe even move out of that town, because he's not saddled by anything that keeps him there. You could start a whole new, because he just moved there like a year and a half ago. I'm like, you don't even have to stay there. You can move to a different town.
Yeah.
But if you start working on yourself, you won't have time to even think about that guy. I mean, you might think about him, but you're too busy doing all the things you're doing to like sit there and wallow like, oh, owes me, or woes me.
Well,
I think I
he
got
gets
that wrong.
something from it.
Yeah, exactly.
He,
All right.
he gets attention.
Grow, go give. Sorry, you said, geez, grow. Okay. Give. Dang it. What was the second one?
Grow gratitude.
Oh, grow and gratitude. Shit. I was thinking grow was the last one. So give, grow, gratitude. Okay. We're going to keep saying those because those are important to learn.
Yeah. So he gets a lot of attention. He gets a lot of comfort, but he's also sucking energy from you. You're too
My
busy.
God. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but you are.
So,
Yeah.
Jessica, spend less time with him. And say, look, I'll spend more time with you once you're in a better mood.
So true.
Really. Because he's sucking your energy. That stops you being the best version of you.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm one of those people, like I'm a giver. So I'm one of those people, like I want to try to be there for him the best I can. And sometimes I'm just like, when I'm working, I'm just like, oh no, uh-huh. And I mean, I guess I'm not fully there, but and then when he asks me, well, what would you do? And then I try to give advice and he doesn't take it ever. I'm
Yeah.
like,
So
you know
just
what I
say,
would do? I tell him, I'm like, you know what I would do? You're not doing it though.
so let's role play. Okay. You be Mike and I'll be you, whatever his name is. Okay. So ask me, what advice would you give me?
So what would you do?
So, there's no point me telling you.
Right. I've actually said that. I'm like,
Okay.
I
Role
go, you
play.
know what I would
Role play.
Okay. Well, I mean, but what do you mean? Like, what would you do?
You know what?
So,
I've told you many times, you never do it. You just want to be miserable.
I know, I never do it.
Okay. So call me back when you've done something about it. Okay. I gotta go. See ya. It's mean, but you're feeding him
That's true.
mediocrity
Right.
by
I'm not
not
giving
standing
him.
up for him.
And then I'm also like, I'm half-assing my way through the conversation because it's
Yeah,
stuff I've
you're
heard
enabling
over and
him.
over. I mean, I've
Yeah,
heard it so many times. I'm like, I don't know how many times I got to hear the same story. I go,
yeah.
every Tuesday he gets to the same point, and I'm like, every Tuesday we say the same thing. You always say he doesn't call you back, and I go, it's because he's busy, and it's just the same old story. I hope he doesn't listen to this one because I am
Well,
unloading.
it's not the other person's busy. The other person feels he's not that important.
Right. That's
Yeah,
sad because it's true. That is
yeah.
so
Of course
true.
it is.
Yeah. And he's told
You're
him, I'm
just a
not leaving my
plaything.
partner for you.
No, no. So there's something called the right shoulder rule. So if I said to you, Jessica, rip off your right shoulder, knowing you will die, give it to me, would you do it?
Hell no.
No, no. It's a hell no. It's a good rule. Keep it. Now, what if you had the same rule for your happiness? If this guy had the same rule, I will never give my happiness away under any circumstances, his life would change. At the moment, he's giving his happiness away every day.
Right.
And he gets comfortable about it. And he gets joy from it because people give him attention.
Hmm. Right.
Of course.
I always feel like he needs to be talking to someone 24 hours a day. I'm like, dude, I don't even talk to my husband this much.
No.
Like,
That, you've got to participate in your own success.
right.
You've got to participate in your own rescue.
Well, that's what I want for him.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you have to live with purpose, right? Like, so what does that mean for you? Like, how are you living with purpose right now? What does that mean for you
I'm
today?
on, I'm on a mission to, move, touch, and inspire anyone who comes within 3 feet of me, and to inspire 1 billion people by December 26.
What's the day? What's that day for? Just for
It's
a
just
year
a
and a half from now?
number. Yeah, it's just a 26. It's just a number.
Oh, just a number.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually good. Inspire people 3 feet within 3 feet. Well, I'm within 3 feet because you're right there on the screen, or right there on the screen,
There.
or there.
There.
I don't know because I have you kind of reduced so I can read my notes because I do
Oh.
have questions. I know.
Oh.
Well, we're both reduced actually, but see,
Okay.
my camera. If it's just so everybody knows, my camera is up there, so I have to look up, and I can't even really look down to where you are. I can't even see you because I'm trying to look at the camera, which is really not in the greatest position. I don't know why. And it's in a, I can't move it, so there's nothing I can do. Okay, so do you can I ask you a personal question? Okay, well, no, scratch that. What what legacy do you hope your work leaves behind? Like, you want to inspire people and help people within 3 feet of you, of wherever you go between now and 2026, right? Or 12, 26, 26? No, I don't know. um, so, but what is your legacy that you want to leave behind?
I've already done it.
Oh,
I've, taught my children to be the best versions of themselves. Have an
oh,
amazing wife. Spoken on stages. Written, 2 bestseller books. Actually, the other one just came out.
well, tell me about
Another
that
one
one.
will be coming. It's called the Heart Map of Health. You see,
Let's talk about that.
the two most important things in life are your health and your relationships, and they're very closely intertwined. And you know, one thing I would ask all your listeners: this is painful. If you do this one thing, it'll change your life. Write your obituary, because that will tell you what you want to be here for, and it'll tell you there's a gap between where you are and where you want to be. And then when you live in the gap, that's when life really turns out for you.
That's smart. You know what? I've often thought that I would write my own obituary because I am somebody that has to be in charge of everything around me. I'm like, I don't know what you call that. Like, what do you call that person that just?
Control freak.
I'm a control freak. That is the word. That is me. Okay,
Crazy.
so
Another word is crazy.
yeah. Well, I'm a little nuts. Okay,
Yeah, me
so
too.
so, because I like to do photography and I love like videos and things like that, I wanted to put together a video montage so that they don't pick all the dumb pictures of me, because I don't want the pictures where I'm chubby. I want all the good pictures. And well, they can do a couple chubby pictures, but I wanted to
So
do my
Jessica,
own.
I got an idea for you.
Okay, what?
Do a video. Hey guys, this is Jessica. I'm sorry I can't be here with you,
Right. Because
but I,
that's
I,
me.
I I have a few things to say. So and so, you're not my real son. You were adopted at the age of 4.
Tell all the family secrets. We have a few. We have a few. Just saying. Just saying. We have a few.
Oh,
Tell
dear,
all the
dear.
family secrets so that all the spouses and all the cousins, everybody knows all our family
That
secrets.
would be so funny.
That would be, I mean, shit. That is funny.
And then
That is,
you can put a videotape in the coffin, and it'll go, "Hey, get me out of here! Get me!
help, help.
I'm
I'm
not
still
ready.
alive.
It's a mistake."
Don't let me go. I don't want to see the light. No. Oh, that's
Oh, dear.
hilarious. Oh my God. I love you. I can't
Ah,
even. My cheeks hurt. My cheeks hurt. You made me laugh so hard.
there there you
Uh,
go.
that's the other thing. I walk through life with laughter, a lot of it. It's like I don't know. I think it's the glue that holds my marriage together for sure. My husband is freaking hilarious. So funny. He makes me laugh every day. And sometimes I laugh even though his jokes aren't funny, but I do that because I know I want him to think that he's funny because I don't ever want him to stop because he is a funny guy. And it's weird. Like we were yesterday, I was like, huh. And I said something about that person and he goes, I was thinking the same thing. He goes, every time you say something, Jessica, he goes, I swear I was going to ask you the same thing. Like we are like the same. We are like in sync, me and him. It's crazy.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. You know what? The other thing I was going to tell you is that when I told you that I know my place and he knows his place, I think that women and men have balance. They balance each other out if they just accept that he is happier. Men are happier a lot of times outside or doing those things and fixing things. And women are happier doing some of the other things. And it's like, if you enjoy doing those other things and he enjoys doing those other things, then don't expect him to come in and do your things. And he won't expect you to go out there and do his things because the things that you are doing make you feel good inside. And the things that he's doing outside are the things that he enjoys and things are getting done. And your guys are in your lanes, like stay in your lane. But
Really,
it's weird
it
because
makes
when
a
he
huge
asks me,
difference.
can I help you in the house? Cause he does, he'll help me, you know? And then I get like all like, oh my God, I don't even know what to tell him to do. Like, I don't even know how to help. Like, do I have to show him how to do it? I don't even know. Like, I'm like, no, just go out there and, hose off the backyard or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know where I was going, but I just feel as though that there is a balance in a marriage and in relationships a lot of times, just from my own experience. And people just have to learn to compromise as well. And I think, if you have a lot of that with the laughter, and of course, sprinkled with a lot of love, I think that's like the recipe for a good relationship.
It is in communication and making him a priority and making you a priorities. That's where you first started dating. Then as you get into a marriage, it becomes transactional. Well, he didn't do that for me. I'm not going to do that for him. That's where it falls down. But if you make him a priority and he makes you a priority, everything works.
It's funny. When we were first married, our first year or something, I don't know what it was. His mom went into it. I think she went into his drawer and she's like, he doesn't have any socks or he doesn't have any like underwear or whatever. And I was like, she's right. Like I buy myself underwear all the time, but I didn't think about buying him because that's not something he does. He doesn't goes to, Target and buy a pack of underwear or whatever. And so I realized that like, okay, that's something that I need to make sure that I do for him because that's not something that he does. And his mom was right. Like she kind of always had a place in my brain where, she lived rent free for a little while. I'm thinking to myself, oh, I'm a bad wife. Like she made me feel like, I don't know, she didn't mean to, but I just felt like a bad wife. And I thought, I'm going to never let him go sockless again. Like I'm going to make sure make
You
sure my
said
underwear is
socksless, did you?
sockless. Yeah, not
Okay,
sexless,
just want to make sure keep it
sockless
clean.
or shirtless, not shirtless, undershirt because he wears undershirts. But, um, but I just feel like, yeah, I guess I went off on another tangent. But okay, so where can listeners tell us a little bit more about that book, your second book again? I'm sorry, I think we went off. I went off
Yeah,
somewhere, and I wanted to hear a little
it's
bit more
called
about it.
it's called the Heart Map of Health. It's
Heart
on
map of health.
Amazon,
Okay,
and it's just some tips on health that can add more years to your life and more life to your years.
I actually I say this a lot, but I actually want to get your books because I just really enjoy you, and I feel as though your books are going to be just like you, right? Because you wrote them.
Yep,
I'm excited
it's
about that.
practical. I'm
Yeah,
a big believer in practical, and the chapters are very short, so you there's no fluff. They're very pointed. Um, you know, and one thing I would ask all your listeners today: perform 5 acts of kindness, and notice how you feel when you perform them. It's an
that's the
incredible
G.
feeling.
Give. That's the G spot. Really, it's the giving because you'll feel good, right? I had to go there. I had to. I have a dirty mind. I can't help it. But I mean, it's the feeling good part. If you go and give, like, okay, we're coming up to Thanksgiving pretty soon, show your kids a little bit of grace and take them out to a homeless shelter and have them help, like, feed the homeless. give the rest of your food, put it in like little containers and give it to maybe a homeless man on the street. I mean, those are some little things, and it'll make you feel good too. Hitting that G spot. Okay. So, Anil, where can they find your books? You said Amazon. Is there anywhere else they can go that maybe they might prefer?
No,
Barnes
just really
Noble?
Amazon.
Oh, just Amazon? Okay.
Yeah, we may get them into Barnes and Nobles, but we haven't got there yet.
Do you have a website that people can go and visit?
Yeah, it's very simple, meetanil.com.
Meetanil.com.
And if you're struggling and you need some help, just schedule a time with me and we'll change the world.
I love that. Everybody, you can go to my website too. It's justsaying.net, and then go to the episode number and see Anil Gupta's name. Click into his name. It'll take you directly to his website. And no fuss, no muss. Share this episode with somebody else as well. I mean, he wants to reach a lot of people, right? So share. That's giving. This is your first G.
It's giving. So the secret to living is giving.
Yes. Tell a friend. That's the only way that I'm going to, and that's the one thing about my podcast is I'm not monetizing this at all. Like right now, I don't know if I ever will. I just want to have a community of people where I get to meet people in the world, learn things, be smarter, become smarter, and make friends. I don't have a lot of friends. I guess it's terrible. I mean, I just have my husband and my kids, and then I'm surrounded by like what I do, and I don't have time. Like I got invited to a wedding the other day, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go to a wedding. Like, like I just don't make time for my friends, which is terrible. But this is my community of friends out there. So like and just subscribe. I'm on all the things. I'm on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn. Go there, like, follow, do all the things. And like we said, do the G. Okay, well, let me see. It's give, growth, and damn it. I'm a terrible student. What was it though? Shut the front door.
Gratitude.
Damn it. Look
You
on
failed.
The
You failed.
I know. I'm terrible. I have a master's
start again.
I can't even get 3 G's. Like, my God, like whatever. It's been a day. Okay. I just want to say thank you so much, Anil, for stopping in.
Thank you.
And you've touched some people, maybe all 12 people listening, but you're going to be able to reach a few people out there through my podcast. And I hope I helped you on your journey to touching your billions and billions of peoples.
It's a fun interview. Thank you so much.
Well, everybody take care, and we'll see you next time. All right. Bye.
Low, talking about the days we used to know. VCR tapes and dial-up tones, raising kids living with achy bones. Leather jackets and big hair days, now it's carpool lines and PTA. Neon dreams turn into schoolyard fights, but our hearts glow in retro nights. We are Gen X, living both worlds. From cassette tapes to a digital world. Parenting now with a nod to the past. The retro love we know will last. We are Gen X, living both worlds. From cassette tapes to a digital world. Now with a nod to the past, the retro love we know will last. We dance to the beats of the boombox sound. Now bedtime stories echo all around. But deep inside we're the mixtape kings, still fighting life with arcade dreams. A pizza slice, telling tales with a side of advice, laughing at the way it used to be.